Alright guys, welcome to another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Radio. I'm your host Kyle as always. You have to bear with me again for this episode. My voice is feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'll try my best. I'm always here with me with my co-host Phil.
Hello.
We are without match technician Brandon today, so me and Phil will just be doing the Raw review for tonight. The May 5th edition, it was actually pretty nice.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yep. Opened up with a 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal for the U.S. title. This was as per order of the authority that Dean Ambrose had to defend his title. The first time, actually, we're seeing this in a long time. It was defended on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, but finally, Phil, we're seeing the U.S. title defended in a 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal.
Yeah.
His reign of 351 days is put on the line here.
Yeah, I mean, a battle royal title defense, I don't think I've ever seen that. But yeah, obviously the Evolution, or the Authority, I should say, taking a shot at Dean Ambrose and making him, stacking the odds against him to defend his U.S. title. I actually missed this match, so anything go down interesting in this match?
It was a pretty good battle royal. Big Show, of course, the biggest guy in there, and Mark Henry, but Big Show eliminating a lot of people. There was a brief stare down between Big Show and Mark Henry. Maybe we're seeing a feud coming up soon between those two. And the final two competitors came down to Ambrose and Sheamus. Here's a quick ending. Ambrose turned around into the bro kick, and then Sheamus basically just threw Ambrose over the top rope for the win. And your new United States champion, Sheamus. We did not see a Sheamus heel turn soon. Maybe we'll see that in the future.
No, I mean, he had a bit of a cocky attitude with his interview with Renee Young later on in the night. But yeah, I mean, two-time U.S. champion Sheamus. Hopefully he'll defend it more than Dean Ambrose did.
Yep. After that, Triple H came out and says the Shield's luck is running out. Books the Shield versus the Wyatts in the main event for Raw. On to match number 2. We have RVD versus the new Paul Heyman guy, Cesaro. Paul Heyman's continuing to come out to brag about Brock Lesnar's streak. I don't think there's going to be a day that goes by before we hear the end of this.
Nope, I don't think he's going to stop talking about this until Brock Lesnar comes back, which I expect will be probably for SummerSlam.
Yeah. Other than that, it was a good back and forth matchup. A lot of high flying moves from RVD. Wasn't that much of a boring match. It was actually worth watching. I loved it. Everyone hitting all their signature moves. Cesaro especially hitting the 3 gut wrench suplexes in a row, sort of like Eddie Guerrero 3 suplex, Kurt Angle 3 German suplexes
Les
in a row.
trois amis.
Yeah. Cesaro does get disqualified, though, not answering the 5 count, and RVD does pick up the victory. After that, we had the Wyatt promo in the ring, basically just talking about Abigail, telling him that he was to change the world. Talks about John Cena, and the world should be burnt down and reborn in Bray Wyatt's image, and referring to himself as a god, and then singing the crowd away. End of promo, basically.
Yeah, I think Bray Wyatt, he wants to usher in the Wyatt era in the WWE, and he wants to burn down the Cena era. I think that's what he means there in this promo.
Yeah, I don't think this feud is ending anytime soon.
No.
Match number 3, we have Ryback versus Cody Rhodes. I'm not sure why we're actually seeing this again. We've seen this over the last couple of weeks. I guess you're showing Ryback's dominance over the Rhodes brothers in singles and tag team matches. Ryback took advantage mostly of this match with Cody Rhodes in the beginning. Cody Rhodes tried to build momentum with the disaster kick. And Ryback sort of catches Cody Rhodes off the top rope when Kurt Axel kind of pushed Goldust into the ring post, which kind of affected Cody Rhodes falling for some reason.
Yeah, I guess it shook the ring post or something, and
whatever.
Rhodes lost his balance.
Yeah.
Falls onto Ryback's shoulders for the shell shock and a win for Ryback.
That was kind of pointless, but whatever. I think Ryback still deserves another title shot. They're picking up a lot of victories. Maybe we'll see it at Payback.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their title shot last week, or they failed to win the titles. I can't really remember how they didn't win the titles, but
you know what? If they're gonna build all this momentum and win a lot, they should have the titles, because they'd be a good tag team with the titles.
Rebuilding that momentum maybe for another tag team title shot.
On to match number 4, we had Rusev versus Kofi Kingston, which is another. We thought it was going to be another squash match. Actually, Kingston actually showed some offense in this one, more offense than any other than Rusev's opponent. Yeah, I just have to note they did drop the Alexander name. He's now being billed as Rusev, and he's actually being billed from Russia now instead of Bulgaria. And they keep talking about Putin before each match, getting the crowd heated against him because he is the heel. But after Kofi Kingston built some momentum, we do get a squash from Rusev in his usual victory, and I really want to see Rusev against a big guy. We'll have to see in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, it looks like we're still going to see him against some high flyers and smaller guys. He'll get a proper feud soon. But yeah, I mean, I don't like how they changed him to a Russian gimmick. I wish they would have just stayed with Bulgarian.
Yeah. On to match number 5, we have Alberto Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan throughout the night with Brie Bella in the locker room. Stephanie McMahon saying to stay here and be safe from Kane. They get scared out of the locker room. They're about to leave in the car. Stephanie McMahon basically says, if you and Brie leave now, you'll be in breach of contract enough to strip you of the title. Other than that, DB coming out with Brie against Del Rio is a pretty good match. Good back and forth matchup. I love to see this as another match sometime down the road. Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan, maybe for the title. Del Rio showing a lot of dominance in this match over Daniel Bryan. Probably Daniel Bryan feeling some effects from the Extreme Rules match. He counters the cross arm breaker and then does a tilt-a-whirl into the yes lock, and then makes Alberto Del Rio tap out. Then the turnbuckle pyro hits, Kane's music hits, they get scared out of the ring. They go out into the parking lot, and they go to the car. Car's not starting. Daniel Bryan comes out, checks on the hood, sees it's been tampered with, closes the hood, and Kane's in the car. Scares Brie Bella. Brie Bella's bad at acting, by the way.
Yeah.
Stop, Daniel. Pretty terrible screams. They battle outside the car. Kane's left hanging on the roof. Daniel Bryan drives away. Kane falls off the roof. Daniel Bryan checks back on him. Kane sits up. They drive away. Just another mini segment between Kane and Daniel Bryan. Doesn't look like the feud's going to end anytime soon. We'll move on to match number 6. Bad News Barrett versus Big E in an IC title rematch. The crowd was very bad news.
Pro bad news.
Yeah, pro bad news in this match. Saying in the bad news before the match was Bad News Barrett saying the crowd needed cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. Barrett dominating most of the match. Big E started to gain momentum, and Barrett basically. And then Barrett counters the big ending into the bullhammer for the win after raking the eyes of Big E and a little heel win. And Barrett retains. After that, we thought it was going to be a match between Jack Swagger and Adam Rose. Ended up just being a debut of Adam Rose. He had all those people come to the ring first and, party around the ring. And he just kind of threw Jack Swagger over the top rope. Crowd singing Adam Rose's theme I thought was pretty cool. And
crowd into the theme.
I was just upset that this was actually not a match. I expected an actual match out of this.
Yeah, just a debut. I mean, what's his face? Zeb Coulter, he listed a bunch of people that he wanted to deport. A bunch of international WWE members of the roster.
Yes.
I'm guessing he was going to name Adam Rose next, but Adam Rose interrupted before he can even mention him. Told Coulter to not be a lemon, to be a rosebud. And they just did the line, or the Congo line or whatever.
Yeah. Match technician Brandon's being a rosebud, or not being a rosebud right now by not being here tonight.
Yeah, Brandon's just here in spirit. And Zeb Coulter just disturbed or freaked out, just leaves the ring because he doesn't like the whole partying. And what was the next match?
Next match was the main event, Shield versus Wyatt.
Number 4.
My anticipated match for the night. Looking at basically the two future and two greatest tag teams in WWE right now. It was a really good back and forth matchup. I really enjoyed it. A lot of high flying, impactful moves from both teams. Reigns gets tagged in as a third tag man and builds momentum. Crowd really getting into it, and then Evolution theme hits, and they interrupt. Brawl between Shield and the Evolution happens. Reigns gives a Superman punch to Triple H in the ring. That kind of distracted Reigns and turns around into the Sister Abigail by Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt picks up the good victory on the Shield and a huge victory on their part.
Reigns got pinned. I don't think I've ever seen Reigns get pinned.
After Evolution, a beatdown on the Shield.
Yeah.
And just kicking their ass. Actually, I'm at Evolution kicking the Shield's ass. And we see at the end Triple H giving the pedigree to Roman Reigns, and then Batista, Triple H, and Randy Orton giving the triple powerbomb to Reigns. And this feud doesn't look like it's over yet, Phil. It looks like there's going to be some payback.
Yeah, some payback between some payback towards the Shield from Evolution. But yeah, I mean, good long match between the Wyatts and the Shield. I think I preferred it to the Shield and Evolution from Extreme Rules. I mean, Luke Harper and Seth Rollins, when those two are in the ring, they've got the experience from the independent league, so you're going to see some interesting moves from them that you don't see from typical WWE developed wrestlers, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Evolution obviously targeting Roman Reigns in their ambush because he's like the muscle of the group, and he's the one who picked up the win at Extreme Rules. And yeah, them doing the triple power bomb to Roman Reigns is pretty cool. Yep. And yeah, definitely, I think we're going to see some payback at Payback.
Yep, all right, and that's pretty good Raw. I fairly enjoyed it, so did my partner here, Phil. That's it for this review, guys. Tune in Wednesday for our main event review. Other than that, be sure to hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to our channel, and also follow us at NoHoldsBarredWR on Twitter. I'm your host, Kyle, as always. Co-host Phil.
See ya.
We're done.